Oh, these lands are so awkward. Damn you, Khalni Garden. It's fine. We'll get a land on top. Ahoy there! How's the deck performing so far? Not as nice as I would hope. Farseek. Oh! Playing against Scapeshift. Yeah, we had a 2-3 league last time. A little bit unlucky. But we're having fun. We're getting some good games in. It's a good one from the opponent. We'll probably have to use Grist to kill that. And they're pretty close to just comboing. Maybe we have to go for the combo. I mean, we're not going to have it yet, but maybe we need to ignore what they're doing, hope they don't have the win next turn. They probably just have the win next turn. We're at 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I think we have to kill this. I don't know. Oh, this is not great land here. I do love Pauper. Yeah, I'm not too up on the humans decks, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't want to play the Overgrown Tomb untapped because that puts me to 18, and 18 is the magic number for Scapeshift to kill you. Although it would be nice to be able to Young Wolf with the Grist this turn. Gives all legendary humans indestructible. Oh, that's cool. Alright, so they're looking for Scapeshift. Scapeshift I don't think kills yet. Now it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, no, they need one more land and Scapeshift kills us. So I think this turn we go... Let's see here, we have 4 mana, 5 with the Wall of Roots. So we go Wall of Roots, Geist, Young Wolf, and next turn we try and win. Oops. One, two, three, four, so that's not enough to go get the Cutthroat, unfortunately. If we could go get Cutthroat, I would feel way more comfortable right now. We're just going to have to attack for 3. Alright, you have Scapeshift plus land. Now that's the land, so if their last card in hand is Scapeshift, we die. Okay. So we'll let the Scapeshift happen. It doesn't take very much time. Just make sure that they have all the things. Once they put the triggers on the stack, we'll concede. So yeah, they go get 2 Valakuts plus all the mountains, concede. Alright, so bring in Necromentia. Probably bring in Thoughtseize as well. Yeah, I mean, Vizier is okay. They do have some important creatures that we want to kill. And they're probably playing Titan, right? I mean, we just need to combo. It's close. Depending on our draws, we almost have a win here on the in the hand. We just need a 2-drop. Ideally, a Geist. Let's go get basic Forest, so we're at 19. Make it a little bit harder for them to kill us. Search for tomorrow. Get a Wall of Roots. Oh, that's a nice one. We'll just play the Wall of Roots here. Another Wall of Roots. Cool. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So we can play Wall of Roots, Eldritch Evolution into Yawgmoth. Pretty close. Just need to draw Young Wolf, Geist, Messenger. We got a lot of draws here. A lot of draws. Alright, let's see what we get on top. Yeah! Chord of Calling. Alright. That should be GG. Nice. Okay, they scooped to it early. I mean, I say early, I mean before I finish putting them down to 0. I appreciate that. I did, like, give them a similar... I did do a similar thing game 1 once they put all the triggers on the stack, scooped it up. But it definitely would have taken me a little bit more time to get through my combo than it would have taken them to get through theirs. But we both still have a ton of time on our clock, so I don't think there's any point at all in trying to play for the clock here. Oh, this hand. Got a mulligan. It's so close, though. Alright. I like the Young Wolf. Good draw. Get a bunch of stuff out next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. So we can just play out everything. Oh, nice draw. I guess we just take the Valakut out of their deck, right? Instead of doing other stuff? No, I think we play to the board. Like, they're not going to Scapeshift us this turn. So as long as they don't play Valakut, we should be fine. Good. That's a pretty good one. No Valakut, though. So we can take those out of their deck. We don't have the win here. Chord of Calling for Yawgmoth isn't good enough. Let's just take Valakuts out. Yeah, win through beatdowns is fine, but yeah. Boop. So they have Summoner's Pact, and they do have Titan in the deck. Okay, so we still have to win through Titan. So let's see here. Chord is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think I hold the Chord for now. Swamp. So if we get Yogg, they have the Soul Guide Lantern. I mean, we would get to draw some cards with it, though. Oh, okay. Getting rid of our Young Wolf here with the Soul Guide Lantern. Yep, that works. Get a Grist. Don't have the mana to cast it, though. What else we got? Overgrown Tomb with no land drops left. Ooh, I think we just pass. Yeah, I think that's still fine for us. And we've got the Grist to kill their Titan. Infinite Dryads. So we can proliferate and make their creatures into 0/2s. So we don't have to worry about them getting in for any damage. Oh, here comes Titan. Very expensive Cultivate. I was wondering if they had any better lands, but it looks like that's a no. Any attacks? That's also a no. I think I'm going to use my mana here. Proliferate. This, and Grist. Innkeeper. It's alright. Kill Primetime. And opponent scoops him up. Alright, cool. Don't like this one. This one's an easy mull. They're playing Lurrus, which could mean a lot of things. A lot of things. Hopefully it's Hammer Time. This one's fine. Keep this, get rid of Dryad Arbor. Darkslick Shores. Is this Mill with Lurrus? Because I don't think Shadow doesn't play Darkslick Shores. I guess it could be maybe like a Snapcaster deck. Fatal Push. How can you Fatal Push a bird? Watery Grave. Tapped. Basic Forest. Alright, let's play the Strangleroot Geist. Attack for 2 and pass. Looking at playing Forest Grist next turn, depending on what they do. Not interested in throwing Eldritch Evolution into a counterspell, but if they tap low, I might just Evolution for Yawgmoth. Okay, so it is Mill. And that means that maybe we don't want to Eldritch Evolution because that would turn on a trap. They hit 10 cards. They do get a Yawgmoth. They get all of our Geralf's Messengers. We have 0 Geralf's Messengers left in the deck. Good to know. Yeah, I think we'll just go Grist, because if we get the ultimate on Grist, that could end the game. Oh, we mill our own Yawgmoth, so now if they have Surgical, they can get rid of it. Brutal. But no traps. No traps are going off. We've still got 40 cards. We got a fairly good sideboard versus Mill. We got 3 copies of Endurance. We have Thoughtseize. It's probably the only cards we want to bring in. Maybe Scavenging Ooze? We could bring in Scavenging Ooze. I'll take a quick look. I think I have a mill deck in my collection. I'll see what they have in their sideboard. I think they got a few options versus us. Alright, so they put the Lurrus to hand pass. Okay. It's good for us. Please give me something to do that isn't searching my library. One, two, three, four, five. Triple trap hand? Yeah, that's why I really don't want to cast these. Like, they have all these cards in hand they're doing nothing with. I really do not want to cast these cards. But they're going to be able to start trapping regardless, right? Because trap costs 5 mana. Yeah, well, it's only 1 trap a turn instead of all of them. And Grist, you know, we're at 5, so if they start milling our creatures, we're going to be able to ultimate. Yeah, they could have some drowns. Drown not looking too hot right now, but I think that you're on point there. They and there's the Field of Ruin. Okay, so with Field of Ruin, we can go ahead and use Chord of Calling. Go get something. I don't know what. Maybe even just another Strangleroot Geist, because this forces our hand to search. Well, we get an extra mana actually because of the Field of Ruin. So, oh, they're not using it to. They're casting a Lurrus instead. Okay. We can kill that with Grist. Sacrificing the Geist? Probably don't sacrifice the Geist, right? Because then they just, like, surgical or something. We sacrifice the Yawgmoth is what we sacrifice. I want to get rid of the Lurrus because it has lifelink, right? Here comes Surgical. Mm-hmm. You got it. Alright, so they know the contents of our hand. They remember to take the Yawgmoth out of the graveyard. That is a mistake I made one time. Yeah, Visions for a cantrip. Yeah, them not using the Field of Ruin last turn is starting to make me think maybe they don't have traps. Alright, well here it is. So yeah, they can Field of Ruin to get the crab to go, but they're not? Hmm. Probably take 3 here. Yep. Then we'll take up the Grist. And pass. Hmm. Look pretty dead, friends. Once they got those archive traps to go off, they just need land here. We're dead. Any mill spell? Ah, this is so close. Why did this have to be 4? Laughter? Crypt Incursion. Wow. Yeah, I would say that's GG. Okay. Bring in the Endurance. Bring in the Scavenging Ooze. And let's take a quick look at the mill list that I have. Did I call it Dimir? No. There it is. Echoing Truth, Extirpate, Profane Memento, Soul Guide Lantern, Engineered Explosives. Alright, so we're going to want some action against artifacts here. We could bring in Force of Vigor and Outland Liberator. Decided I do want the Chord of Callings, so I can Chord of Calling 4 Endurance. Probably don't need the Hapatra, actually. Oh, too late. Not a fan. This one I like. Get rid of the Hapatra. We'll keep this. And I'm going to want to fetch immediately so that we have the best chance to avoid the trap. They had them in the starting hand. But we do have access to Endurance, discarding a card, or exiling a card rather, if they try to like Surgical or something. Otherwise, we're just going to wait. Alright, start getting in for damage. Oops, should not have hit 6 there, but no punish. Nice draw. Now we can cast Endurance. Hmm. Exile target creature or planeswalker, I draw a card. Okay. Each opponent mills 14 cards. Sure. And I think I'm just going to cast the Endurance now. Target myself. Back to 51. Yes, it is. You'd be correct. That is a ferret. Ferreto. Yeah, his name was Duck. He was my best friend. Don't have him anymore, but absolutely loved my time with ferrets. Have you ever used Boo the card? You had two ferrets, Lady and Thor? Cool. So yeah, you already heard about Duck. The other ones that I had were named Moose and Chewbacca. Boo the magic card. Nope. Although sometimes I say boo if I'm playing something spooky. Is this like an uncard or something? Hey, it's Hapatra. Alright, how are we going to work this? So we go Wall of Roots, Bird of Paradise, Hapatra. Zulaport Cutthroat is kind of nice, get a little bit of extra in. Minsk makes Boo. Create Boo Legendary 1/1 Hamster. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I haven't actually seen that yet. Fractured Sanity, mills 4. They draw a card. Okay, so put a counter on this, sacrifice bird. Scavenging Ooze, not bad. Always yield to Hapatra. Target this, sack snake. Hey, thanks, Milk Crate. Target this, sack snake. And attack. Got a good board here, but, you know, Mill has really good cards, so they could still absolutely do a thing, but getting rid of the crab definitely helps. We got a bunch of damage on board, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8. So lethal on board. We have the Cutthroat. Looks like we should be able to win the game here, I think. Because we can just like sacrifice snake tokens, put counters on Endurance and Wall of Roots, and Cutthroat will win the game. Even like that's if we can't attack and win, but we should just be able to win in combat here. Another crab. No fetch land though. Alright, they only have 2 cards left in hand. I think we start by killing the crab. Alright, so they're going to drown the lock Yawgmoth in response. So if we can find Endurance, we're laughing. Gonna make a mana. Target Hedron Crab, sack Wall of Roots. Okay, we'll do it one more time. We got the Endurance. So Endurance target us, and then... Okay, yeah, they scoop. Because, yeah, that means that Drown of the Lock isn't going to work. As well as putting our entire graveyard back on our library. So, double Endurance seems pretty good against Mill. I didn't really want the Hapatra. Like, Hapatra looked actually pretty good that game, but... Oh, maybe I should keep it. It looks pretty good. Killing those crabs all the time. Oh, hey, the Last God. Careful with the ordering. Want the Evoke sack to happen first. Yeah, that puts the Endurance back in the deck. Good point. Yep. I kind of have a not helpful shortcut because I'm always thinking about Muldrifter, where you put the Evoke trigger onto the stack first and then the draw trigger so that you can draw Ephemerate and then Ephemerate the Muldrifter before the Evoke trigger makes you sacrifice it. But you're absolutely right. In this case, with Endurance, we want to do it the other way around so we can put the Endurance back in our deck. Not a fan. Dryad Arbor in hand. Ouphe doesn't do too much. Force of Vigor doesn't do too much. Like, this feels like a bad hand. Let's mulligan. We can keep this one, put Dryad Arbor back. Here comes the crab. Turn 1 crab from Mill. Scary. Especially if they have another crab to back it up. Alright, Wall of Roots is a pretty good draw. It's not Endurance good, but it is pretty good. So next turn we can play Blooming Marsh, Wall of Roots, and Strangleroot Geist. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. Yep. And Strangleroot Geist attacks through crabs. Alright, so they're just playing a hideaway here. This is definitely not the worst thing that could be happening this turn. They do mill Yawgmoth, which is unfortunate. But again, not as bad as milling Endurance. So if they want to go ahead and surgical Yawgmoth, that's fine. we'll just win with attacks. Looks like they might be doing that. Oh, they're going to Fatal Push the Ignoble. Oh, that's actually really good for them. Okay, good play, opponent. Looks like we're going to be playing Wall of Roots, Ignoble Hierarch. Draw Yawgmoth. Okay, now we really don't want them to Surgical Yawgmoth. We give them like a free card. Alright, we don't have any action here. Ooh, another crab. They have fetch land here? No land, no land, no land. Fetch land, brutal. Oh, and they're tapping mana here? What are you doing? Oh, they're going to extirpate Yawgmoth? Wow. That's brutal. Take the Yawg out of our hand. And then this way, they're not wasting Yawgmoth mills on the crabs. So good sequencing, opponent. There goes an Endurance. See, now if they had waited and maybe hit Endurance there, that would have been the better card to take. But they could still have a Surgical in hand. This could be another Extirpate on Endurance. It is. Wow. Okay, we're in huge trouble now. Fortunately, they only have one card left in hand. But if it's Surgical for Strangleroot, we're fucked. Okay. I guess we go Strangleroot, Outland Liberator. Kill a crab. Nice. Play Flooded Strand, another fetch land. Just gonna F6 here. Keep my finger on 5 in case they play like an artifact or something, but Fractured Sanity mills a bunch. We're down to 15 cards left. We have no Endurance left. Here's a land. We mill another 3. We go down to 12. That's brutal. But we got a little bit of time, depending on their draws. And our draws. What do we even have left in the deck, you know? One Geralf's Messenger. Alright, so we do have a Geralf's Messenger left in the deck currently. Although they played Field of Ruin of all things. So that just gets rid of a ton of our cards. Oh, and the Shelldock Isle, I think, kills us. Crypt Incursion. Wow. So they go up to 61. Good game, Mill. Good game, Kim. Looks like you're winning this one. We don't have access to the combo. They're at 61 life. We're not going to be able to attack to win here. It's just too much life. Scavenging Ooze. You're a little bit late, buddy. Yeah, the Field of Ruin just kills us. So the double extirpate Crypt Incursion. Alright, GG's. Nah, Fracture Sanity ends it. Tommy Grimm! Thank you for the support, for the Prime sub. With a name like Boogles, you know it's going to be a good game of Magic. Let's mulligan this pile of garbage. Also not great, but I think we're forced to keep it. We at least have a turn 2 Wall of Roots. Eldritch Evolution can potentially win us the game. We'll get rid of the Grist. Keep this. Steam Vents. Probably not playing Boogles then. Ragavan. Where's our Yawgmoth? Yawgmoth off the top. Let's go. Not quite. Here comes Blood Moon. Turn 2 Blood Moon. Let's go. Let's see it. Oops. Alright, we'll keep this back. If it resolves, they might just counter it. I think it's pretty good, actually, to counter Strangleroot Geist here if they have the counterspell. Archmage's Charm to counter it. Okay. Treasure coming in clutch there. And it looks like we're going to have to go Wall of Roots. Oh, I don't think they're going to be able to play my Yawgmoth this turn. Going for Consider. Do you have a counterspell for my Wall of Roots? Okay, Wall of Roots gets in the way of Ragavan. That's a lot of consideration, opponent. Oh, wow. I mean, we have to block. I guess it's a free attack. And then if they have Lightning Bolt or Unholy Heat, they get to kill the Wall of Roots. Makes sense. Here comes a Murktide. Yup. Alright, we are in big trouble. Big, big trouble. We need a Yawgmoth. No luck. I think we're dead. We're not going to be able to combo because of the damage they're dealing in combat here. We need to have more life than the opponent. That's a general rule of thumb. We could actually have the same amount of life as the opponent if it's an even life total. But yeah, because they're coming in here for 10 damage, we're going to 5. We need too much in order to win here. We're just not going to be able to do it. And they also have Counterspell up. Alright. So, do you have the Counterspell? Looks like they do. Unholy Heat the Innkeeper, sure. Spell Pierce. Okay. Alright, so let's bring in Endurance. Bring in Thrun, maybe. They have a lot of counter magic. Scavenging Ooze. Do I still have a list? This looks a little bit old. But they're looking at like Blood Moon, Soul Guide Lantern. Alright, so their sideboard isn't too great. We definitely have a chance here. Love the Grists, hate the Eldritch Evolutions. Let's get rid of those. Okay. They got Darcy to start. We're going to start with Wall of Roots. Let's see if we can find a young wolf here. Endurance? Okay. Good to have. One, two, three, four, five. So we should be able to play Strangleroot Geist. Oh, wow, an attack? I guess it's free. It would suck if they had a way to kill the Wall of Roots here. I didn't think they would. Another Wall of Roots. How does that change things? Because Wall of Roots is basically free. So 2 mana, Wall of Roots, then Wall of Roots, this mana, Strangleroot Geist, and then we have this, and this Wall of Roots to play Endurance. Okay. Okay. They do nothing. I like that. Yawgmoth? Counter that spell so fast. I should have attacked the Strangleroot Geist first. Alright, looks like no punish. If we play the Ignoble Hierarch here, I don't get to Endurance next turn. So I'm just going to attack with the Geist pass. Sure. I'll take that trade. What's up, Lucas? Could Innkeeper an Endurance? We don't have any Wall of Roots mana left. Innkeeper is -1 mana, so we wouldn't have enough. Whereas Wall of Roots is basically equal mana. Because we can use the 1 mana this turn, 1 mana their turn. So Wall of Roots is sort of free. Hey, it's all good. Magic is a very complicated game, and it's not like you can see on the Wall of Roots. They don't visually show you when something has happened. So it's not like there's a counter on there. You've used the Wall of Roots this turn. I can tell because I can either use my memory, which doesn't work all the time, or, just click on the Wall of Roots. Counterspell. No? Okay. Maybe they just have Unholy Heat to get rid of it. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Now, we're both low on resources here. Let's see who draws the better cards. That's not a good one. I'll play out my hand anyway. Gain a point of life. Attacking with Strangleroot Geist, which is now a 4/3, so Ragavan can't really block it, and we have Prosperous Innkeeper to trade with the Ragavan. Not a young wolf, but it'll do. Expressive Iteration's a pretty good one for them. We're both hurting for resources, so being able to gas up is always nice. Instant trade. Let's draw a card here. Unfortunate. Now getting some damage. Ooh, excuse me. Let's not get a bunch of hiccups on stream here. That's not cool. Oh, nice draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so they're going to dress down. Weird that they would do that in that order, because now I get the Exalted trigger. I wonder what else they have in store. Maybe just looking to draw a card and cycle the dress down. I think that's it. Alright, so they're going to consider in response to the Endurance, look for some sort of answer to it. Counterspell, dress down, that kind of thing. Oh, they found the counterspell and they're still going to have enough for Murktide? Worst case. Going down to 2, though. If they attack with a Murktide at any point, without a blocker on the way back, we have the win, so like there's still action here. Could draw a Geralf's Messenger and win the game immediately. It's right on top of the deck. That's why we play 3, friends. So we can win the game with Geralf's Messenger off the top. They knew we had it too because they used the bauble. They knew that was our card draw. All right. I think we're just gonna stick with what we got. Resubmit. Oh no, they targeted themselves. They targeted themselves with the Mishra's Bauble, so they didn't know. Good enough. Glad that I'm still playing Hapatra with the 2 birds. Don't like the list with the 4 birds, no Hapatra. That's one of the cool things about the Yawgmoth lists, is that while the core is generally going to be the same, you do have a few choices on how you want to run it, like Cutthroat Blood Artist. Do you want to run the Innkeeper? Do you want to run Hapatra? How many Grists do you want? How many Messengers do you want? So yeah, there's a bit of play. I really enjoy that myself too. You're playing Klothys? No kidding. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. A little bit of a red splash. Cool, cool. And that would definitely help you out against burn. I do find that burn matchups are kind of difficult, actually. Easy block. Young wolf eats monkeys. Nice draw. Alright, play Wall of Roots here, pass the turn. I'll attack for 2, obviously. And here they have Engineered Explosives on 1. You're going to use your 2 mana to kill my Young Wolf. Half of my Young Wolf. Go for it. Alright, yeah, that's better. Hold up counter magic. That's smart. Alright, so we have 4 mana, potentially 5 with Innkeeper. Let's play Innkeeper first. Get a treasure. Okay, and then play Strangleroot Geist. They'll probably counter this. No, it resolves. Okay, cool, cool. Let's attack for 4 then. You're going to use the EE, prevent 2 damage? Sure. No problem. Now is where my problems start. Blooming Marsh, not the best land draw. So how much mana do we have? 5 mana, so we can Cutthroat and Messenger. Swing in with Geist. You like just Messenger? Yeah, that's fair too. Playing Cutthroat is leaving it open to removal, right? What do they have? Dress down, okay. Not gonna block Ragavan if it has no abilities. Oh, maybe they just have some form of sweeper here? Have they played a land yet? They concede. I don't know what they had in hand. Oh, it was not enough to deal with our undying creatures. Yeah, this hand is good enough. Not great, but good enough. No endurance against blue-red Murktide? Yeah, we had endurance against them. We brought in all 3. Yeah. Yeah, we managed to win a hard-fought game 2, and then game 3, their hand, I guess, was just terrible. Okay, Unholy Heat. We got Wall of Roots into Yawgmoth here. Another land off the top. Don't like that. Let's play Twilight Mire. Definitely need some draws here. Our hand is very anemic at this point. It's basically nothing. Yeah, okay. Yep. Got Yawgmoth to block the Ragavan all day. Oh, deck. I need you to do better than that. Expressive Iteration. So it looks like they could have a flying 3/3 pretty soon here. They're just missing Artifact or Sorcery. No, this is the Sorcery, so they're there. They already have it. So they're attacking for 3 every turn now. Every time watching this deck on stream, see the deck does the same thing as in your hands, regularly drawing badly. There's a lot of air in this deck, but there's also a lot of redundancy. So you can absolutely get to this frustrating point where you're just not drawing anything, and, you know, it feels bad, and those are going to be some of the instances you remember because human beings are wired to remember bad things more vividly than to remember good things. Which is some kind of a survival mechanism, I guess. But there you go. See? Chord of Calling. One of the best draws in the deck. Dryad Arbor, Chord of Calling. Go get Yawgmoth. So they have a chance to kill something here. Killing the Cutthroat would be a really good idea on their part. Before I get the Yawgmoth down. No? Okay. Put a counter on Ragavan, sacrifice Young Wolf. Okay, they have the Unholy Heat. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Let's push this up a little bit. Where are we going to put it? We'll put it over here. Alright, let the Channeler trigger first. I think I should have done that in a different order. Sacrifice the Dryad Arbor first, maybe? So let's see here. Yawgmoth is already targeting the Ragavan, so we don't need to do that again. Target Darcy, sacrifice Dryad Arbor. Let's kill all their stuff. Oh, I don't think I added a mana with that yet. Oh, such a punt! I don't think I used the Wall of Roots yet this turn. I could have added the mana, played the Young Wolf. Damn it. Oh well. Say come say. Kill all your stuff. My hand is huge now. Get my wolf back. Gain another life. Draw another card. We've already played a land for turn, I guess. Right, because the Dryad Arbor. Okay, so pass back. Good hand, though. Good leftovers. So yeah, we sequenced that poorly, but Yawgmoth redrawing a bunch of cards, clearing their board to give us time. The Cutthroat buying us a little bit of time too by gaining life every time we use the Yawg. We're still in this. Next turn we can play Geralf's Messenger Young Wolf. And then resolve the Yawgmoth basically wins the game. But that was a great example of me missequencing. Deck is hard, yo. Alright, so this is 3 black mana, so we can play the Forest. We don't need to play the Urborg. Attack first. Oh, you don't actually have counter magic, do you? Oh, they do. Oh, they're going out of 5 to drown, though. Young Wolf. They're at 5. We got 3 damage on board here with the Wolves. Although their hand is flush again. Expressive Iteration, one hell of a magic card. Looks like they're passing here. So we're going to start with combat. Oh, Grist? Oh, that's interesting. So we can play Grist, and then we have Peatland to draw a card. Another drown? Yep. Alright, we've already played a land, so we'll pass. And try to remember to crack the Peatland. Dress down? Sure. Oh, that's actually pretty good. That takes the Undying off our young wolf. So if they have a removal spell for this wolf, it doesn't come back. Putting Lurrus back to hand. If you're not killing my wolves, this is pretty good for me. Ignoble Hierarch, not bad. Twilight Mire, alright. Okay, so they can't really use those. So let's throw down Yawg, I guess. Yep, that's a concession to Yawgmoth. So yeah, we can play the Ignoble Hierarch. Shrink the Dragon Rage Channeler 3 times with this Young Wolf and this Hierarch, and then we can attack for 2. Alright, so bring in Skoos, bring in Endurance, and Thrun. Take out Evolution. And I think we might take out a couple birds on this one. Just have more good cards in the deck. Since we're playing against a quality deck. What I mean by that is like a fair deck. It's got a lot of good cards in it, so I'd like to have a lot of good cards in my deck too. I guess we keep this. Good cards, deck. It's the way to go. Thoughtseize, you got it. What do you take away here? Young Wolf? Wall of Roots? What do you take? Take the Geist. Alright. Got a Swamp. So this is the one card they don't know about. Play Peatland. Play Ignoble. Alright, so everything to the right of the Wall of Roots they don't know about. When I'm playing in paper, I generally turn any cards that the opponent has seen upside down in my hand, so I have awareness of what they've seen. Verdant Catacombs, alright, so we'll play the Twilight Mire. Wall of Roots. Ignoble. Sure. Young Wolf. So they can drown this in the lock if they like. Get rid of their 2-mana counterspell for my 1-mana creature. So they have land, sorcery, instant. They're missing 1 card for Delirium. Nice Thoughtseize, opponent. These were both unknown cards. Gonna start attacking in with Ignoble Hierarchs over here. Ooh, what a draw! And they can't drown in the lock the Grist. Oh man, that is good. That is really, really good. Alright. That's going to be a tough one for them to deal with. Alright, let's attack in for 2. And if we want it, we do have card draw with the Peatland through the Wall of Roots. You want to Fatal Push my Ignoble Hierarch? Go for it. Alright, so I'm starting to think they might be, Shadow. I don't know why I had, like, in my mind I was thinking more about, yeah, they're obviously Shadow. Grixis Shadow is the obviously, what they'll play on. That's fine. Fatal Push, no problem. Yeah, we'll use the Wall of Roots on their turn to draw a card with the Peatland. First Shadow. And put Lurrus to hand. Pretty good. So if we kill the Shadow, they can replay it next turn. Oh my god, the Scavenging Ooze! Yes! Let's go! Would you like to concede? Probably should have used the Wall of Roots to get the mana for the Scavenging Ooze there, because then we would have 2 mana. What do they got? They're 1 piece away from Delirium. Okay, so they got the Lightning Bolt for the Grist. Nothing I can do about that. Here comes Lurrus. But they don't have anything to bring back with it. They're empty-handed. We can just start attacking. Wow. Woohoo! Keepable. Definitely keepable. This is good. Four one 4-1. Alright, so they're keeping 7. Yeah, so Blooming Marsh is the obvious play into Ignoble Hierarch. And then next turn we're probably looking at Geralf's Messenger unless we draw a green source. Wall of Roots, I think, would probably be the best draw here. Because we could go Blooming Marsh, Swamp, Wall of Roots, Strangleroot Geist, attack for 3. What's going on here? Urza the Planeswalker playing Forest Ignoble Hierarch? There's only a few decks that do that, and this is the one that does it. Is this a mirror match, my friends? I think it might be. Best draw on the deck! Wall of Roots, let's go. Next turn we're playing Yawgmoth. Pretty sure. Maybe we need to draw a land. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need to draw a land to get Yawgmoth next turn. But we could play Young Wolf off the Wall of Roots mana, and then on their upkeep, Chord of Calling, if we don't get the land. So yeah, it looks like a mirror match. Alright, they get the Wall of Roots as well. Wow. That's really good. We miss, but we get Eldritch Evolution. So we have 4 mana, so we could Young Wolf and then Chord of Calling on their upkeep. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Alright, stop on upkeep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, geez, they can chord to Yawgmoth in response. Wow. Alright, 5. Evolve Geist into Yawg, and then chord for Zulaport on their upkeep? I like that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we've used that. 1, 2, 3. Get this, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, awesome. Is there a world where you get Grist? I don't think so, especially not on this board. I think we just want to go get Yawg. Freedmania, toot toot! Yeah, let's go Yawgmoth! Alright, kill the Ignoble by sacrificing our tapped Ignoble. So this way they can't get Yawg. We could go get Hapatra and kill all their stuff. Except for the Young Wolves. No, we just win, right? Yeah, we just chord and win. Okay. Stop on the upkeep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. They could, if they have 2 chords, they could chord for a Hierarch, and then in response to our chord again. We were playing the Spider in the first league. This league, no Spider. Dryad Arbor. Alright, so what if we kill the Dryad Arbor with the Young Wolf, and then we can reset the Young Wolf with the Wall of Roots. So they'll lose this, and they'll only have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can reset the Young Wolf with the Wall of Roots. Target young wolf, sacrifice wall. Big thanks to Freed Mania on this line. Well spotted. It plays around the second Chord of Calling so well, and opponent scoops him up. I wish that the opponent would have a little bit of banter with me in the comments here. I love talking to Yawgmoth pilots. Alright, so we bring in Scavenging Ooze, Necromentia, and Thoughtseize. Hey, thanks, Sam. Sideboard games are who Necromentia's first, and mainboard games are who Yawgmoth's first. You want Endurance too? I mean, Endurance is okay. How many cards can we bring in reasonably, right? We're already bringing in Thoughtseize and Necromentia. We bring in Endurance, we're taking out our combo. It's already going to be super hard to play this. So then the question is Grist better than Endurance? I think so, because like Grist is our answer to their Yawgmoth. Hapatra's bad at killing the undying creatures, but it's really good at killing everything else. It kills all their mana. You wouldn't play the Thoughtseize? And then at that point we can play some Endurance. Yogg streams are best. (8-0) with Yawgmoth? Nice. That's a good record. Now you're taking bids on the Worm Coil? Sweet! Oh, big congratulations, the last god. Crushed Yawgmoth in round 3? Who was playing Yawgmoth? A box of Modern Horizons 2? Wow. That's good. Not a huge fan of this hand, but we have Eldritch Evolution. I think I'm going to keep this. We get Yogg pretty quick. Just thinking if I want to go get Overgrown Tomb with this Verdant Catacombs, since we already have Dryad Arbor in hand. This guarantees the triple black when we need it. Amulet's pretty good. Dryad Arbor. Anything else? Nothing else. We draw the Yawgmoth. We're almost there. Alright, so Wall of Roots. Then we have 2 mana left to do nothing with. So we could just play the Overgrown Tomb tapped. We could play the Dryad Arbor, that's pretty risky. Can't remember the guy's name that was playing Yawgmoth. Okay, thanks for responding, though. And I'm thinking, like, at this point, I probably don't even know everybody in the community anymore. Probably a bunch of new faces. Yeah, like specifically the stamped, specifically the foil one of Worm Coil that you get from the tournament. Those are going to be quite rare, and they're also very new. So putting that together. Oh, they got Yawgmoth already. That sucks. We're gonna have to go get Grist, kill their Yawg. Shit, because of the way this triggers. They let me do it. Oh, they didn't realize either. They could have sacrificed their birds to kill my Yawgmoth, or kill my Dryad Arbor, and I wouldn't have been able to kill their Yawgmoth. So double punt. One from me, one from the opponent. I forgot exactly how Grist worked there. I thought that I was really smart playing the Dryad Arbor after I resolved the Grist, but opponent had an opportunity there to sacrifice their Bird of Paradise, kill my Dryad Arbor, and that would have left my Grist at 1 loyalty, and they would have kept their Yawgmoth. A lot of Walla Roots, that's a lot of mana. Scavenging Ooze, though. Grist of their own. It's pretty good. They can lose Wall of Roots, or play an Ignoble, kill my Scavenging Ooze, or kill my Grist. This is a grindy one, friends. Okay, so they're creating an insect. They find if they have Chord of Calling in hand, they get to go get another Yawgmoth. Necromentia, so we can get rid of all their Yawgmoths now. Nice. Oh, they have Ashiok. Okay. Alright, so we could kill their Grist by losing an insect. I think that's worth it. Because if we don't do it now, they get to do it and keep their Grist. Yeah, definitely take the box. I agree with that too. Alright, so they got tons of mana, they got a lot of creatures on the board, but we're the ones with the combo. I should have wrote down what they had. They had Messenger, Blood Artist, and what? Ashiok. Fortunately, they are stifled on black mana, so they can only play one. I guess they could play two. They could play Ashiok and Artist if they wanted to play a two spell. And we don't know what they drew for this turn. Alright, there's a Ashiok. Take that off. Same. Old border Yawgmoth. I really love the old border of Magic since I started playing in the early days. No blocks. Oh, I like the Twilight Mire there, so now we can play Yawgmoth. The last card you're waiting for in the mail is Necromentia, quarter card. Some of those can be really hard to find because people are like, what is this card worth? Nothing, and they just like throw it away. What's the point of selling a card worth a quarter? You gotta pay more for that than the stamp to send it. Ooh, 2 weeks is a long time. Blood Artist, that's a pretty good one, but we can get rid of that. Huh, can't we just block this? I guess then they have a bigger creature, right? But this should be a free block. Map Molotov, thanks for the follow, friend. Young Wolf, what a draw. Okay. Young Wolf is great here. Get another young wolf. So that's combo, we win. They have no hand. So yeah, this is just GG. Opponent says, jeez. So this is the deck that we were playing today. Actually ended up going down one copy of Geralf's Messenger in order to be able to play the extra Grist. And then we're running the Scavenging Ooze in the sideboard, as well as the Collector Ouphe, which meant we had to go down to 3 Endurance. While I definitely did miss the extra Endurance, especially against that mill matchup, Scavenging Ooze is just an incredible Magic card, and I really want a Scavenging Ooze in this list somewhere. I feel the same way about Collector Ouphe right now. I want to be able to have this static effect on a creature where I just don't have to worry about artifacts for a little while. So I decided to give Collector Ouphe a chance, and I'm going to continue running it for a little while. Kind of give it a chance to shine, if it will. But yeah, very, very satisfied with this list, with this configuration. While I will continue to change little things here and there, personally, as I've said before, I really, really like having those extra messengers to be able to draw them later, or to be able to have access to a messenger after my first one has been dealt with. So if I put down an early messenger, like turn 2 messenger, and the opponent's on the play and they manage to prismatic ending my messenger, I want to have another one. So definitely like having at least 3. I don't even want to go down to 2, honestly. And I would be fine with going back up to 4 if I could find the space for it. But, I mean, as you can see, I'm running 3 Wall of Roots. I don't have extra space in this list. All that being said, I'm starting to give a little bit of consideration to cutting the Khalni Garden. Don't know where I'm going to land on that in the long term, but it can be a very awkward land. Getting the 2 mana for Chord of Calling, getting the extra creature for Yawgmoth, for Grist, for Eldritch Evolution, these are all good reasons to keep it, but sometimes that tapped land is just really, really bad. So I'll spend a little bit of time thinking about that, and we'll see what happens 2 weeks from now.